Good evening, everyone. Let's get into this. This is the daily plan for tomorrow's R- RTH session. Here are the futures trading right now. Let's get rid of this. There we go. Clean it up a bit. You can see we're selling off a little bit. We did have that really aggressive close on Thursday. Friday, we tried to sell off, turned around in the morning, and then had this super bullish move into the close, making a new high of the year, 4607.5. Where was the prior one? Oh, looks like we have a little ways to go on the futures charts. The cash made a new high of the year, and that is kind of what I pay attention to. So, anyway, the main level I was interested in was 45.80.5. That was Wednesday's high, last week's high, and you can see that was kind of the pivoty area for this past week. And once we managed to break through it, that's where you could really see a seller getting absolutely torn apart as we broke upwards. 4,600 is where they tried to engage again and kind of got screwed into the close. Right now, it looks like we're just kind of cleaning out this market. No trade above the Globex Open. Value area high, is that right? 45.06 3/4 from yesterday's session, from Friday's session. This looks like we're not trading above value area high yet. We're trading below last week's close. That is the third standard deviation of last week's VWAP over there at 4,600 roughly, and last month's high at 45.97. So, we're dripping down a bit, but as long as we're trading kind of above, okay, let's go to a 30-minute chart again. As long as we're kind of trading above, let's call it 45.80-ish. Where is it? As long as we're kind of trading above, call it something like this. 77 to 80-ish. This is kind of where if you want to call it a bullish imbalance, whatever you want to call it, that's kind of the key area to me. If we break down lower, sure, we might get bids for a day. However, I think we'd end up coming right back to this kind of 50-ish spot, this 43 to 55 spot. That's been the major area of importance. So for tomorrow, that's how I'm kind of looking at it. Turn off these indicators. This is roughly that kind of 45.80-ish spot. It's about that's the T plus 2 high there, Thursday's high. That's kind of my pivot above there, and I don't really want to be short. There was what is that? Wednesday's high. What does that work out to be? 45.97. Yeah, that's last month's high as well. That's where we held bullishly into the close. So anywhere above that kind of 45.80-ish spot, I would imagine we hold last month's high, and I don't want to be shorting the prior high of the year either. You can see, there we go, on the S&P, on the cash, we managed to make a new high. I just don't really want to be short. If we get into this kind of 45.65, yesterday's low kind of area, yeah, sure, maybe that breaks down, we get back to 55s, and that's a bid. But other than that, I don't really see a reason to be short. Now, the NASDAQ had a bit of a different story last week. While the ES was able to make new highs of the year, this thing couldn't even actually break Thursday's high. Thursday's high was 54 cents, I think, 55 cents, and Friday's high, 54 cents. We came 1 penny short of breaking the Thursday high, comparing to ES, which is mooned upwards. So we're still trading inside the high of the year, last month's high, all that sort of stuff on the NASDAQ. This number here, this 389 number, corresponds with last week's open, which also corresponds with the nice big whole number at 16,000 on the NASDAQ. If we lose that, I imagine we will not hold this sort of area. This is some sort of balance, right? Something like this. I imagine we don't hold the lows of this balance. Instead, I think we'd come back down to kind of yesterday's lows, Thursday's lows, that sort of area. And maybe we stay bid for a day, but other than that, I don't think we'd be able to stay bid for much longer than that. I think we'd lose that Friday open, wherever that is, right there. I think we'd lose this spot and come into kind of Friday and Thursday's lows, and probably stay bid there for tomorrow, but not really much more than that. I think I'd look for new lows on the month down to here. That's all I really got. I think this might be a fade above or around the prior day's high, or what'll be settlement highs as well, up to kind of around here, above there, and I think you're looking to get into this weekly high from not the week prior, but the week before that, and maybe even that monthly higher. There's some trapped inventory up there. Maybe that gets a little bit of a sell first. But overall, I think it'd be wise to still look for ES to be the ticker to play long and the NASDAQ to be the ticker to play short. That's about all I got. NASDAQ, where is it trading on the futures? Here we go. Turn this on for a second. I know it's very ugly if you don't really know what you're looking at. Yeah, we're trading below that 16,000 number right now. And you can see it's kind of serving as resistance. Maybe if we throw in a 30-minute chart, there you go. High of that 30-minute candle is 15,998. So if we're opening below there, I would expect us to start looking to get into the open from Friday or the lows. Anyway, hope that makes sense. Hope it helps. I will update this in the morning. Have a great night and trade safe.